Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we're back cocinando con Cari. Today we're gonna make something super yummy, super exciting, a food that I really love, and that is croquetas. We're specifically gonna be making croquetas de jamon, which are ham croquettes. And so croquetas are a traditionally Spanish appetizer, as well as really big in Cuban culture. So my mom likes to say they're similar to sueritos de maíz, which are like a Puerto Rican little more like sweet appetizer. Anyways, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. I'm really excited because I feel like this is gonna be delicious, and I think the ingredients are also things that you will be able to find like in your home. Basic ingredients like flour, olive oil, butter. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna jump into ingredients, and then we're gonna jump on the stove because we have a lot of stove work. And then, yeah, go ahead, wash your hands, make sure your kitchen is clean. If you have dogs, my mom wanted me to say this, if you have dogs, make sure there's no dog hair in the kitchen, So we're pretty much good, we're clean. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna show you guys the ingredients that we're gonna need for this first part, and then we will keep going. So I hope you guys enjoy the croquetas, and also thank you guys so much for the sweet comments on my churro video. That was so much fun. So let's go ahead and start cooking. Okay guys, so I've pre-prepped the ingredients, so let me go ahead and break it down for you guys. So we're gonna need a 1/4 pound of ham. Typically in Spanish culture for the croquetas, jamon iberico is used, serrano ham, but it's pretty hard to find, I found, so I'm just gonna use regular ham. You can use regular ham, honey ham, whatever you prefer. This is honey ham, just so you guys know. So it's all about preference. If you're able to find serrano ham, then you're onto it. But we are gonna need a 1/4 pound of ham. The next thing that we are gonna need is 1/2 cup of scant flour. Scant flour just means you're really not filling it up all the way to the top. You just want to get like around 1/2 cup. So here we have unbleached flour, which is different than bleached flour. It's less like artificial, blah blah blah. So we're gonna go ahead and use 1/2 cup of flour. So all right, the next thing we have is 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I have the brand Land Lakes, and I really like it because on the packaging they actually have like measurements, so you can evenly cut 2 tablespoons, which is really cool. We're also gonna need, let me make sure I don't spill this, 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. And then you're gonna need 2 cups of milk, and that's whatever milk that you prefer to use, whether that's whole milk, 2%, whatever. I'm personally using 2% because that's just what we drink here. So we're gonna go ahead and also use 2%. I have seen recipes that use evaporated milk. I have yet to try that, but that's also an alternative if you don't really have that. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and jump on the stove and start getting a mixture together. So the first thing that we're gonna do is create a roux, which is typically fats such as like butter and oil with flour. Get that together, and then we're gonna slowly start to pour in a warm milk and start creating bechamel. Bechamel is a white sauce. It's like a French sauce that we're gonna be making. And then throw in the ham, and then a few more things that we'll get into in just a bit. So let's hop on the stove. I'm gonna go ahead and warm up the milk, and I'm also gonna include bay leaves. I'll show you guys in a second. And bay leaves are just gonna give a little bit of flavor to the milk, nothing crazy. You probably don't even really taste it, but it does have some benefits, so I think it's awesome to include bay leaves. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So stove time. Let's go. Okay, so let's go ahead and fire up the stove. We're gonna put it to a pretty low heat. Again, we don't really want to warm up the milk too much, so we're gonna use 2 cups of milk. Go ahead and pour that in. We're also gonna leave this right by its side because we're gonna need that in a little bit. And now I'm gonna put in 2 bay leaves. Again, a lot of great benefits. It's gonna give it a little bit of this like sweet little taste, but again, it's not major. So it's just an additional touch. So we're gonna let that just sit for a moment, and then we're gonna move to a saute pan and start whipping the creamy sauce together. So again, I put it on like 2. We don't want it too cold, we don't want it too warm, because then we're gonna actually pour it into the mixture. So I find that if it's a little bit warmer, it kind of helps melt everything together in a good way. So let's keep that on like 2, and now let's move to the big kahuna, which, get ready because it is an arm workout. So let's move over. On to the next step. I'm gonna get the camera a little closer when we start mixing, but I just wanna explain to you guys what we're gonna do a little bit. So we have a saute pan, pretty big. We're gonna go ahead and put that to a pretty high heat. I would say about a 7 or an 8 if you have numbers. And now we're gonna go ahead and add our butter. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the 2 tablespoons from earlier, dip that in there, and then we're also going to go ahead and take the 1 tablespoon of olive oil. So we're gonna get these pretty melted. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in a little bit so you can get a bird's eye view. And we're just gonna let that melt. Again, we still have the milk over here just getting a slight bit warm. Gonna turn it down a little bit. Oh, I also want to recommend using a silicone spatula. This is gonna make your life a lot easier. The spatula is just a miracle worker. So, all right. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit. Okay, so stove time. I'm gonna do a lot of talking in this instance. So we're gonna go ahead and take that 1/2 cup of flour and go ahead and throw her in there. And now we're gonna, this is the roux making part. So we've already melted. Keep that on like a pretty medium to high heat. And let me get it going. I've already removed the milk. I took out the bay leaves, and so I have it back in my little measuring cup. So at first it looks like it's not gonna really melt together, but just keep working this. Again, this is why the silicone spatula really helps. Just want to make sure everything gets to a light golden color here. So it'll look like kind of like little rocks at first, but just keep working it. It's okay if you make a mess. You have to make a mess in the kitchen to make good food, I think. I know you guys can't see me, so maybe I'll come here. All right, so that looks pretty good to me. Again, we just want everything to be nicely mixed. I like to go ahead and pat it, make sure get all the flour and oil together. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start to slowly pour in the milk little by little. So this part is gonna take the longest because you're pouring in really small increments, and you're gonna see this is gonna like be magic. It's gonna turn into like a nice sauce. So we're gonna go ahead with more milk. And we're just gonna repeat this till it's soft, so let's get busy. Again, you want to make sure that you don't add any more milk until you've resolved everything and that it's, you know, one solid thing. So after you've done that, then add more milk, little by little. But you don't want to add it unless everything's like coming together first. So see now, there's barely any more milk left because it's been mixed in, and we go ahead and add some more. So as you can see, it's starting to get like much thicker, much creamier. So we're getting there. It just takes a lot of time and patience and arm muscle. Okay, so as you can see, we have a pretty thick white cream. It's very, very nice. We're gonna put the heat down just a little bit on like 4 or 3, and now we're gonna go ahead and dump in our 1/4 pound of ham, and we're just gonna dunk, that's it. All right, and now we're just gonna make sure we mix this evenly. So take your time. Okay, so now that we've mixed it all together pretty evenly, as you can see, now we're gonna go ahead and add nutmeg, which is a spice, and salt. So to your taste, you can definitely, I like to just like sprinkle it whole, like that. I'm a little generous with it, to be honest, but whatever. And then some salt. Whoop. All right, and then mix it again. Okay, so we have our nice little croqueta sauce already mixed in. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little taste test. Let me grab a spoon. That tastes really, really good, if I do say so myself. So go ahead, taste it to your liking. Now we're just gonna turn off the stove, let it just chill for a second, and then we're actually gonna move it into like a casserole type dish. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so the next step is to take the croqueta sauce and transfer it into a bowl, a casserole dish, and then we're gonna refrigerate it for 24 hours. So quite a long time. Some people can refrigerate it for 3 hours. It really depends. I think if you do overnight, it's definitely best. So let's go ahead and okay, and now since we're gonna refrigerate it, we're gonna use some plastic wrap to cover and protect all our hard work. So let's go ahead and all right. Cover this baby. Alright. Okay, so now it's covered and we're gonna put our little baby in the fridge. Okay, so waiting 24 hours is obviously not a lot of fun, so that's why I prepared a batter last night. So let's go ahead and unwrap our little baby. I feel like one of those cooking shows that like goes to the fridge and like takes out the prepared one. So here's what it's gonna look like. Again, we're putting it in the refrigerator so that the sauce hardens, and that's why it's easier to work with. So here we have our croqueta sauce. And now what we're gonna do is kind of an assembly line. We're gonna go ahead and bread the croquetas. So I'm gonna take a little bit of flour and put it in one of the bowls. About, I would say like 1/4 of a cup in the first bowl. In the second bowl, I'm actually gonna crack 2 eggs. So 1, 2. And we're actually gonna quickly just like lightly beat them. And we're also gonna take breadcrumbs. So I actually have panko breadcrumbs, which are, I think they come from an origin in Japan, and they're kind of like the breadcrumbs used for like, you know, if you eat sushi, like that crunchy fried like shrimp or like that. Those are these types of breadcrumbs. So these breadcrumbs are different than regular breadcrumbs because like the actual like corners of the bread is cut off, so you don't have that like excess, and they are supposed to be like crunchier and crispier. So that's what we're going to be using. I do have regular breadcrumbs, but found that this one works well. So again, we're going to take about, I would say, 1/4 cup as well, and bam. And so now we have our assembly line. Essentially, we're going to go ahead and wash our hands again. We're going to take bits of the croqueta and we're going to roll them into really, really mini cigars, and then dip in the flour. I find that if you do it in flour, it like protects the mixture. Then in egg, and then the breadcrumbs. So let's go ahead and wash our hands and get working. So we've already made our little croquetas. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is a quick assembly line. We're gonna dip in the flour, dip in the eggs, and then lastly dip in the breadcrumbs and then set them aside on a plate. So we managed to make what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, around 20 croquetas, so that's, I think that's pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up because it does take a quite while and it gets messy, so I definitely recommend making your little croquetas first and then go ahead and do your mixing. So let's go ahead and get to dipping. Remember to wash your hands again because we're gonna be dipping and doing all that stuff, so you know what to do. Let's go. Okay guys, so already done and breaded. As you can see, I feel like this is like the lengthiest process, but once they're complete, now we're gonna just put them in the freezer for 15 minutes so that they can harden, and that way they don't like mush up and fall apart when we go to fry them. So let's go ahead, 15 minutes in the freezer, and then we'll hop on the stove, fry them, taste them, eat them, be happy. So let's go. Okay, so we're about to start frying the croquetas. I'm gonna go ahead and take some cooking oil, please don't spill, and we're gonna go ahead and dump it. We want to make sure that we submerge the croquetas in oil, so make sure that it's high enough. That's why I got a dish was like this. We're gonna go ahead and get this baby up to a super high heat, so that when we put them in, they should be in for like 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so okay, before we begin, I want to tell you guys something funny that happened. So I wanted to get like a tighter type pan to do the croquetas so that the oil would rise, and I went on Amazon and I bought one, and it came in the mail, and this is what I bought. It only could fit like 1 croqueta. I did try to test it out, but yeah, so I'm happy I got this one. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I do want to mention that we're only going to do a few, and then the rest you can actually freeze and cook later, so that's cool. Make sure you have some sort of tonsil, because last time when I made churros, we all know what happened with the churrito. So let's go ahead and we're going to pick out the nicest one, and boom. Okay, I don't think the oil's hot enough, so we'll see. Alright, so we're almost good with this one. I'm going to go ahead and pull her out early just so you can see. So we definitely want the oil super hot, so it's only there for 2 to 3 minutes. So boom, there we go. I want her to be a little bit browner, but I think, come on, focus. Look at that, crunchy. All right, so we're done with one. I have a plate and I put a little napkin so that it can absorb the oil. So let's go ahead and do another one. I pick you. And you're gonna hear a lot of shh. I'm gonna go ahead and do another one. You don't want to crowd them, so I think 2 is enough. I'm gonna put the lid on because you know the oil kind of pops sometimes. So, yay! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We're not gonna have any dropping incidents. Woohoo! Success! Alright. Crispy. Ah! Right, okay, so I think we're done. Let me go ahead and close this up, and we are gonna try some croquetas. Boom. So we're gonna let them just chill for just a second because they're probably really hot from the oil. So okay guys, so the time we've been waiting for, as you can see, our croquetas are nice and cooled down. Putting the little paper towel underneath this helps absorb any excess oil, then you can take it out. So let's go ahead, you know the drill, let's try one. They sound really crunchy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. These taste so good, you guys. Oh my god. I literally feel like I'm eating croquetas in Barcelona or something. These are amazing. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Bye. Wow, I am so proud of these croquetas. They're so good. Really easy once you get the oil hot. So I hope you guys try this out. They are delicious, great for a party, great for summer, back porch little get-togethers. I love these, and my dad's gonna be happy because he's gonna love these as well. So yay, I'm so glad this turned out well. I'm gonna go eat now and watch some TV, but Jesus, these are so good. Please let me know if you guys try it out. I will leave the recipe down below for you guys. Let me know if you want me to cook anything else. Just talk to me down below. I love it. And yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eat these. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.